Hi, I'm Norm Orleski, president of Just Business, and I have with me today Nelson Dodge, who is the executive director of the New West Symphony out of Thousand Oaks, California. Welcome to our office, Nelson.
Thank you.
Glad to have you here. Nelson's in town because we do the programs for Nelson's organization, and he wanted to have a little input on a little bit of a facelift on his program for the upcoming season. So I thought I'd take advantage of having you here and kind of pick your brains to see how our service has been so far. Let me ask you first, Nelson, how had you been doing your programs in the past before we started working with you? And it's the second season that we've been with you now, so.
Yes, we were doing the book the way I think most orchestras produce their program books. It was being done in-house, coordinated by my marketing director, and designed by, produced by a local designer and printed locally. But it took a lot of time, and it produced a good result, but it did take a lot of our time.
Okay. So you felt that perhaps looking at our services might, initially save you some time, some internal costs and things like that?
Well, yes, definitely save us some cost, because the book was, although we sell ads to offset the cost and maybe make a profit on the book, we were not really set up to be selling ads.
Okay.
That was the problem, and our ad revenue was declining, so the book was actually costing me more and more.
Okay.
And your proposition made a lot of sense, and from my perspective, turned this from a variable cost into a fixed cost.
Oh, that's great. Your story's not unlike we hear from lots of organizations. Sometimes it appears to the organization that, hey, everything's going along just hunky-dory, we get our program out, and it appears like we make some money. But when they start to analyze things, it really can eat up any
Quite
money.
costly.
Let me just ask you, you are using our complete turnkey service, which includes the sale of the ads, the billing, the collection, the design, as well as the printing, and then we get them back to your ushers on the days of the performance. How has the relationship gone so far?
It's gone rather nicely. I don't even think about it anymore.
Really?
Well, I'm not involved in preparing the book. I show up at the concert and the books are there.
Okay.
So that's a good thing. But I do know what goes on, and your staff are very systematic. You have a system for doing this, like clockwork, and that's what was reassuring to me in the first place, and it has worked out exactly as expected.
Great.
So I am pleased.
Well, we are too. I know in being with you for a couple of days now that you're a pretty analytical person. You've got a great business background. And what were some of the factors that went through your mind before you decided to outsource your programs to this strange company in Dayton, Ohio, from the West Coast to the East, or the Midwest, I should say? So, what were the factors?
Well, having produced the book and struggled with all of the logistics, we produce the ad wrap, and then there's the insert that changes each time.
Right.
We had originally produced fewer books per year with more programs in each one, and then as we grew, we went to individual books for each program. And I know how complicated that is to put together and keep all the moving parts moving at the right time and coming together and getting the books delivered. And we were often scrambling to do that. So I needed to understand that someone who's going to outsource that really could continue meeting our requirements for producing a book in that manner. And when I learned that that's how you are set up, that's exactly what you do.
Good.
I figured you knew how to do this. Good. Since you're doing it for about 70 plus
Right,
organizations.
right. Well, yeah. So it did give you a level of comfort in the beginning, even though it was a long distance relationship, and I never had met you personally until.
But after you and I talked, I understood that that's what you're really optimized to do, and you've got and with your ad sales program, which is what we didn't have, that made a lot of sense to me.
Right.
The distance. I wasn't concerned about that because you serviced customers all over the country, and it works.
Good.
You know how to manage that. So I
Okay.
stayed out of it.
Okay, well, great. Just one final question. Now that you've had a chance to be here, see our facility, which we've just moved into our new building, and meet our people face to face, what are the impressions that you get?
Well, I think the impressions were a lot of what I expected to see. You've got very capable staff because this is what they specialize in. This is what they know, and it's very organized. I think that's
Good.
probably what really stands out. You've got a system. There's a flow. Uh, everything is tracked, especially on the ad sales side, because we did that and we didn't do it very well. You know how to do it.
Right.
And so you've got that under control, and you obviously pull all of that material together, including the contents that we provide, and you're doing that for dozens of customers, and you're keeping that all organized, calendared, scheduled. You give us the calendar that we have to meet, and I see where that all goes now, and it's quite impressive. And I think to sum it up, it's all about predictable results. Like I said, when I walk into the concert, and we play in 3 venues, so I'm showing up at 3 different venues, and there's boxes of programs sitting there waiting for us. It's a predictable result, and I'm very happy with that.
Good. Well, we appreciate the opportunity to work with you, and we look forward to a long and very happy and profitable relationship. Thank you.
Likewise. Thank you.